All right, chapter 5, practice test, 48 questions. All right, write your name. Okay, it's done. Halfway done with this thing. Tell each other whether it's prime or composite. Prime have exactly 2 factors. Composite have 3, 4, 5, more than 3. Prime numbers are only divisible by themselves and 1, nothing else. Composites are divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, something else. Prime factorization, exponential form, can help to build a tree if you need here. 3 and 2, 3 and 2. So there it is right there, but exponential form doesn't matter if you do the 3 or 2 first, but what does matter is they're squared. 84, you don't need to know all the factors at the minimum. You should probably be able to figure out so at least these here again you can use your so it's really 16, no can do, 24. Find the least common denominator. Simply find the least common multiple of the denominators. What's the least common multiple of 2 and 5? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5, 10, 10. First number I come across. This one here, 20, 35, and 14. Again, you might want to just consider busting out the tree. So 2 squared times 5, 5 times 7, 7 times 2. Then take all your different bases. I got a 2, I got a 5, I got a 7. In case of a tie, the 2's are the same. Always take the one with the greater exponential value. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 7, 140. Comparing, you can either turn your fraction into a decimal and compare with cross products. Rewrite with the common denominator. You can turn your fraction into a decimal. This way you get 0.6. 70 is better than 65. This way you get 3/4. Cross products, I get 15 over here, 12 over here. 15 is greater than 12. Common denominator. Same deal here. I can choose to rewrite them both in proper fractions or mixed numbers. I'll go with improper fraction. 16, so I got 19/8. Common denominator times 2, I get 38 over 16, which equals 38 over 16.
I made mixed number.
Yep, then you'd have 2 and 6/16, which you'd simplify to 2 and 3/8. Yep. Least to greatest, pay attention to the symbols here. When you're doing it, at least with fractions here, you're going to need to rewrite with a common denominator. 20, 30, 40, 50, looks like 60. So what do I got? Negative 10 over 60, negative 18 over 60, negative 15 over 60. So smallest, I guess, that would be the smallest. Second, 1/4, third, sixth. Rewrite them if you wish over here, whatever. This one here, which one's the smallest? Well, that's pretty easy. That one. So now it's really just between these two. I'd probably just use cross products. This is 169, 13 squared, 150. This is 180, I believe. So that would be 2, and that would be 3. Questions?
Nope.
That didn't go too bad. 7 minutes.
That took 7
Felt like so much longer than it was.
Yeah, it really did, to be honest with you. I feel like I've been going for like 15 minutes. Anyway.
This is nice because we just get to sit here and watch you do work. Real.
Yeah. Take a sip.
The practice test.
Talk heavy morning from Mr. M.
The practice test days are always my favorite because we just get to watch you do work.
Well, it's like the Cliff's Notes. Here's all the highlights you need type of thing. So, okay, adding and subtracting. Need a common denominator, of course. I'll just call this 6/16. Looks like signs are the same. Add the numerators together. Denominator never changes. Simplify as necessary. This one here. Negative 36. So signs are different. Greater absolute value is that one. Lesser absolute value. Denominator never changes. Carry the sign from the one with the greater absolute value. Simplify as necessary. No simplify needed. Subtract. Can rewrite as all of them as addition problems. You always add. Switch my subtract to add. The opposite of negative 726 is a positive 726. This is a double negative. So now rewritten, common denominator 26. 8 plus signs are the same, 15. Denominator never changes. Once again, I can rewrite any subtraction as an addition. So not subtract, add. What am I adding? The opposite of positive 4/11. That's a negative 4/11. Common denominator. So greater signs are different. Greater absolute value. Subtract lesser. Denominator never changes. Looks like I can simplify this one. 2/11. Carry the sign from the greater absolute value, which was negative.
I helped Eve properly.
Negative 2/11. Really pay attention to your signs on the test there. It's super annoying to get it wrong, just have to do a correction just because you...
One all you need to do
didn't
is for the
have your
correction-
negative or
For the
something
correction,
like
couldn't
that,
you just
so.
put the answer and then just add a negative? Or would you have to make us work it
You
all
have
the
to
way
work
back
it
out?
out.
If you have a whole bunch of them, then maybe I'll throw you a bone for one or two of them, but, you know, be prepared to do corrections. So just, again, you guys are really, I mean, your quizzes, I'm not trying to stress you here, but
Do we get half credit if we don't on simplify?
you'll
Well, I
have to
got
do
a
a
lot of
correction.
-0.5s.
Yeah, but is it? Wait, never mind. I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a lot of
No,
-0.5s.
you guys do all this stuff here. It's just a lot. There's a lot of rules with these stuff here. You guys are good with them. So, okay. Adding here. Now we're just doing it with mixed numbers. Nothing changes with the process here. Add the fractions first. 3/18. I'm just gonna speed this up. 6 plus 5 is 11. Adding, signs are already the same, that's cool. Common denominator is 20. 15, 20, yes. And by all means, you can do this on another sheet of paper. So 15 and 18, 23, 20s. 9 and 6 is 15. 23, 20s is the same as 1 and 3 20s. 16. Carry the sign, negative 16 and 3/20. Find the difference, just like up here, we can rewrite them as addition problems. Add the opposite, that tells me the signs are different. Greater absolute value, subtract lesser absolute value. We already have a common denominator, cool. 7 minus 2, 5. 8 minus 5, 3. Greater absolute value is negative. Add the opposite. Signs are the same again. Or no, we're subtracting, aren't we? Or no,
Yeah.
never mind. I just rewrote it. Duh. Okay, add it up. 6 plus 9, 15 tenths. 20 and 13, 33. 1 and 5 tenths is just 1 and a half. 34 and a half, positive. Any questions with the adding and subtracting stuff?
Nah.
Feeling good? Okay. Lots of rules, but just take your time, just consider, set it up right. The math isn't hard. None of these are big numbers. Simplify, consider. Okay, multiply. These first two are all set up for us. Cross simplify, nope. Nope, okay. 0 or an even number of negatives when we're positive or dividing, that will give us a positive answer. If there's an odd number of negatives, 1, 3, whatever, multiply, divide, then you get a negative final answer. So even number of negatives, positive answer, no cross simplifying, 3 times 5, 8 times 4, positive. Write your whole numbers over 1, can cross simplify both the 20s out. All I'm left with is odd number of negatives.
-9.
Negative outcome, -9. Mixed numbers need to be rewritten as improper fractions to do the solve part. 8 times 4 is 32. 32 plus 3 is 35. Denominator never changes. Cross simplify. -2 times positive 35, negative 70 over 1, negative 70. Turn both of them into improper
I thought
fractions.
you were gonna do the
Odd number of negatives, what?
rhyme. I thought you were gonna do the little rhyme. 8
Rhyme?
times 4 is 32, 32, 32.
Huh?
You said it, but then I thought you were gonna
Oh,
sing the rhyme.
no, I'm just powering through these, I guess. Odd number of negatives, negative answer. 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Cross simplify. 76 over 9, I believe. Negative, simplify. 8 with remainder of 4. Negative 8 and 4/9. Right. Divide, pretty much the same deal, except all of these multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by the reciprocal, and multiply by the reciprocal. So, if you want to do this on another sheet of paper, totally get it. Two negatives equal positive. I already know that. So reciprocal, flip a roodle doodle. Now cross simplify. Positive 4/5. Divided by 3, negative 3 over 1 is the same thing as multiplying by negative 1 over 3. Odd number of negatives, negative 2/7. This one over here, again, got to convert them all to improper fractions first. So this is 11 over 2. And again, we're multiplying now by the reciprocal times negative 8 over 5. Now, once again, negative 44 over 5, negative 8 and 4/5. This one here, again, it is going to be 2 negatives as a positive, so that part's fine. But over here, the reciprocal, first we got to turn it to improper fraction. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 5 is 21 over 8. So the reciprocal of that is 8 over 21. So make sure to turn that into an improper fraction first. Then you'll know your reciprocal. So again, it's 2 negatives, positive something or another. I can cross simplify. I love cross simplifying. 8
It's very fun.
thirds.
It is, it's very satisfying.
It is kind of a soothing thing.
The best thing is when you
Especially
get
when
to
it's like a
one
nice
by
big one, like 7 and 20. You're like,
That's a good
nice.
one. Or
Didn't
like
want, I
a,
hate
or like
both
a
of
9
them.
and a 63.
Right, that's
That's a good
a good one. Where
That's
you
my
get rid
favorite.
of like 2 things you want nothing to do
one.
with.
Or when the 9 is on the bottom.
9s and
it's
7s.
She's
gotta
on
go.
the other top.
Nine, not 7, 8s, and 9s. They all go. 6s
Or
too.
like 3s.
Wait, it would be 63 divided by negative 9 over 4.
Sure.
Okay. There's a number of ways I can set this up here. I can do 3 to the 5th. You know, figure out what that is, and I can figure out what 3 to the 2nd. Do that a whole bunch of times here. But I guess what I think I'll choose to do is multiply by the reciprocal is this. So I'm just going to write out the megabar.
Oh no.
Megabar. 3/5 times 3/5 times 3/5. And then here we go, times 2/3, times 2/3, times 2/3, and times 2/3. So why did I do this? Well, obviously I did this for one reason, to just cross out, make my life a little easier on myself, I suppose. Not all the way.
2 times 2 and then 5 times 5.
But now 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8, so my top number is 16. 125 times 3 is 475. Or no, it's not, it's 375. 125, there's nothing to carry over. Yeah,
How dare you mess up?
I'm surprised I haven't made a mistake yet. So.
You can't simplify that, can you?
No, I already did, because there's nothing, if
No,
there's
I
no
mean-
more cross products to do, then your answer's 100%
Okay, yeah, I have to go
simplified.
like 16 over 375.
No, because if you can't do any cross products, your answer's
Oh,
100% simplified,
I just thought it was
always.
the best.
Yeah, same thing up here. If you cross simplify properly, your answer's always going to be simplified.
The best
Always.
cross simplifier is 27 and 81.
Yeah, and that- yeah, 1 and 3, 1/3.
It's
So
big numbers.
you can solve this other ways. I'm not disputing that, but personally, if you didn't solve it this way, I bet this way was faster and easier than however you've solved it.
Probably,
Just
yeah.
Just saying. So, but if you got 16 over 375, then I love how you solved it. Okay, PEMDAS number 2. So brackets over here. Add that up. Signs are the same. Negative 40 divided by 2 squared plus 5/10. Second, always looking for exponents. There they are. 2 squared is 4. Third, multiply and divide. That's right there. Negative 40 divided by positive 4 is a negative 10. And then finally, last step, do your add or subtract. Signs are different. Ultimately, should write 10.0 minus 0.5.
I just made it negative 10.5.
9
Yeah.
minus 0. Signs are different. Carry the sign from the greater absolute value. Negative 9 5/10.
I didn't get the negative, but I got the answer.
Right. There you go. So, all right, now we're up to the
Variable.
algebra part.
Can you just write down
So-
the answers? You have the answer right there.
I've stopped multiple times to talk, and we're only 20. We still got 20 minutes of class left.
I know. It's way too long.
I think I'm going about it as efficiently as possible through this. Anyway, we're getting there. 34 down. How many left? 15 more to go. 14 more to go. All right. So, algebra, add, subtract, multiply, divide, two-step, that order. Always trying to undo things. What am I doing to n here? I'm adding in 7 1/4 to it. How do I undo that? I should subtract 7 1/4. Whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I gotta do the same thing to the other. Otherwise, it's not balanced anymore. So ultimately, I'm solving this subtraction problem. 3/8 minus 2/8, 13 minus 7, 6 1/8. 36, subtraction 1. Once again, I can rewrite any subtraction as addition. I am adding the opposite, or just a double negative scenario. So ultimately, I'm just undoing the same as 35 in addition. How do I undo adding 3 7/10? Subtract 3 7/10 from both sides. That's gone. On the other side, a little more complex. Once again, I can rewrite any subtraction problem as an addition problem. Now I can see the signs are different, so greater absolute value, subtract lesser absolute value, common denominator, 21 minus 20, 3 minus 1 is 2, greater absolute value was the negative value, negative 2 1/30. Questions on page 2? Okay. Cool. I didn't think there would be. 37, multiplying, dividing, going on now. So what am I doing to z? I'm multiplying it by 3/5. How do I do that? I divide both sides by 3/5, but speed this up here. That's a lot of Dividing by 3/5 is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal, multiplying both sides by 5/3. So then here's your problem over here. Cross simplify, of course. 5 times 2 is 10 over 1. Z equals 10. What am I doing to h? Multiplying by negative 1/4. How do I undo that? Divide by negative 1/4. Or multiply by the reciprocal, negative 4 over 1. Because again, these just all cross each other out here. When you cross simplify, you're just left with 1. 2 negatives make a positive. Same deal over here. 2 negatives make a positive. 10/3, negative 10/3, or positive 10/3, or 3 1/3. Division, what am I doing to n? Again, be careful here. You're dividing by 4/5. How do I do dividing by, not multiplying by, dividing by, multiply by negative 4/5. So I'm undoing division this time, which means I'm not multiplying by the reciprocals, because I'm undoing division, not multiplying. So cross simplify, 2 negatives make a positive.
That's another
Positive 12.
satisfying with 5 and 15.
Yeah.
All right, this one here, I see I have like terms. I need to combine them. I need to should probably rewrite this way. The like terms do not have like signs. Awesome. So need a common denominator here. That one's going to be 5/35. This one will be 14/35. So greater absolute value. Had to do it. I wasn't even 100% sure which one was greater, but this is the greater absolute value over here.
Yeah, I showed me like.
Subtract the lesser absolute value. 14, I get 9/35. And greater absolute value is positive. E equals -1/2. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal. And odd number of negatives, -35/18 equals -1 and 17/18. If you got that one seemed harder than the others to me.
I think it was just that first step.
Yeah, I wasn't 100%. Yeah, that had everything, and then still, I wanted to make sure I had figured out which one was the greater value.
I somehow got that.
They were so close.
Same, I don't know how I got that one.
They were so close. So, but yeah, once I saw that, then I'm like, oh, greater absolute value. Okay, then I would continue. But yeah, bigger numbers. Okay, 41. Write as an equation, half of a number increased by 7.5 is 14. So we kind of covered this yesterday, I guess, a little bit, but is, of course, is always equals. So the left side should be pretty easy to, or the right side pretty easy to figure out. So half of a number, I can represent that a couple different ways. I could say a number times 1/2 increased by 7.5. Just add 7.5, so that's fine. But half a number, of course, is just anything divided by 2. I could say it that way there. There it is. Either one of these is fine. You don't need both, but both of these are perfectly fine representations of how this was done, either multiplying by 1/2 or dividing by 2. Add 7.5 equals 14. Two-step equations. So doing two things to the variable. What am I doing to m? Multiplying it by 1/2. I'm also adding 12 to it. So, of course, always first undo your adding or subtracting first. Then undo the multiplying or dividing step second. So I am adding 12. It's one of the two. And multiplying it by 1/2. So undo the adding part first. Same as any adding equation we had before. This just comes with this. I haven't done anything with it yet. 16 minus 12 is 4. And now just solve your multiplying equation. Divide by 1/2, same as multiplying by the reciprocal. 4 times 2, m equals 8. This one here, double negative scenario, rewrite it, clean it up. What am I doing to v? Adding 5/7, multiplying by 2/3. Basically the same two steps I did for 42, I'll do here. So subtract the 5/7 from both sides. That would be, if I rewrite it, adding a negative, I see the signs are the same. So add the values. 2 and 7/7, that's the same as -3 equals 2/3 v. What am I doing to v? Multiplying it by 2/3. How do I do that? Divide by 2/3. Multiply by the reciprocal. This again all cancels out. V is all alone. Nothing to cross simplify. Negative 9 over 2 or negative 4 and 1/2. 44 and 45. Find the values, insert, solve, whatever you gotta do. So A is 2 and 4/15 times D, negative 5/7. And just like before, need them in improper fraction form. This one looks like, well, I guess I could simplify that. And that's what I'll do there, because nothing else goes in, I did it right. So this I'll simplify, the whole fraction, I'll just call it 17 over 2. So I think that's as far as it's going to get. 17 times 5 is 85 over 14. That doesn't seem right. What did I do wrong? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. 34. How come it's going wrong? Shouldn't be that big. Well, I have negative 1 and 13 over 21. That seems to make more sense. That doesn't give me that. 85. Do something wrong here. What?
I think I
What
got
did you
it
get?
really wrong.
I think I did too. I got negative 34 for 35.
Isn't the bottom number supposed to be a 15?
Negative 1
Where does
and
it go?
13.
We gotta cross simplify that.
Yeah, that shouldn't. Or wait.
You didn't multiply that.
I knew it!
Uh-huh.
All right, Colin, you get a point of extra credit.
Yay!
I'll give it to you on your test. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why. Right here, I don't know. The answer just never was made. It shouldn't be a 2 times almost 1. It's not gonna. Okay. Well, there you go. I almost made it. Negative 34 over 21. Now we're much more. So 13 over 21. There we go.
Yeah, I got that really long.
Whew. I don't know what happened there. All right.
1 and 293 over 441.
I guess we both fell apart on that problem.
I got negative 34 over 35.
Everything was just flowing along fine until I got to 44 for me. Well, all right, let's regroup here, see if I can get this one. So 12, 14 over 3, negative 140 over 3, negative 46 and 2/3. There we go. Good on anything on this page? 3-word problems.
Is there an extra credit on
I don't know. I'll have to look.
Boopa.
that? You should make one.
I do not like Uba.
Boopa is easy.
Water makes up about 13/20ths of human body
Is
weight.
that true?
Huh?
Is that true?
Sure.
Yeah, it's 65%. Yeah. 117 pounds of Boopa's body weight is water. But how much does Boopa weigh? So, trying to figure that out here. So ultimately, I am dividing into the percentage. So set it up as a multiply problem. Oh dear.
Oh no.
9
It's
times, right?
raining.
Okay. This is the best cross simplify, Sam, right here.
Okay,
13 and 117.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Ooh, that was
That
How much does Boop weigh? 180 pounds. That's the Swedish cross simplify
That
right
was
there.
nice.
13 and 170.
That was the one.
Right.
I somehow got 160.
I got 163. I don't know how.
Either. I don't know. I got 160.
Yeah, because it's saying whatever her weight is, if we divide it
girl?
by 13/20ths, then it will get one say if we rewrite it as a fact, huh?
Boopa's. Boopa is mad.
Boopa's body weight. Right. All right, 47. Ladybug jumping contest. One ladybug covered a distance of 203 1/4 inches in 3 jumps. About how far is the average length of one jump? So basically, we're just doing this. So I could go to, oh, geez, these problems.
You wrote that.
You wrote
Yeah, I
them.
know. So dividing by 3 is the same as multiplying by 1/3. And this could be simplified here. So 4 and 2, 8, 12. 203. No, 8, 12 plus 1. It's 8, 13.
Ah.
44 messed him up.
So 3 goes into 8, 13. Yeah, I know. So 2, 2, 7, 1. 271.
You're never going to be the same at math again.
So then I'm left at 271 over 4. Divide that out. Set up another one of your fun bars. 6, 24, 3, 7, remainder 3, 67 and 3/4 inches. Average jump. Ladybug.
Can ladybugs even jump?
Well, in the contest, this is a very special ladybug.
It's
Very
the
special.
Paralympics. They can't fly. They have to jump.
Bred solely to enter jumping contests. Its only purpose in life. It will jump. It's all it wants to do. It's what it was designed to do. Genetics. All right, Fahrenheit to Celsius. Subtract 32 from the Fahrenheit temperature, multiply the result by 5/9. What is Celsius?
This
So-
might be one of the. This might have been the easiest problem on the entire.
I think we've had it in one of them.
We have.
We did it in 6th grade last year, but
So it's 50 minus 32 times 5/9.
right. So then it tells me that the F value is 50, so just plug it in here. 50 minus 32 times 5/9. 50 minus 32 is 18 times 5/9. 1, 2, it is 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Celsius.
Let's skibbity. Let's skibbity.
All right.
Let's what?
Dun dun dun.